Hello Pisces, welcome to your June 1st to the 15th reading. Now, as I've mentioned in other videos, the date range is simply for me to keep track of the video uploads, primarily because the soul messages, as they come through, they arrive at a time that they're needed the most perhaps. So it doesn't matter when you find yourself watching this video or what date it is on our calendar. It's primarily, talking about a timeline that can pertain to the energies you're experiencing. Now, with the June 1st to 15th readings, I wanted to do something a little bit more practical. Now, I do know, and I strongly always encourage to integrate those higher wisdoms, the soul messages, yeah? But practically speaking, we're having human experiences as well. We're needing to ground down those high consciousness wisdoms into everyday realities that we find ourselves in. And with so many planets in retrograde, especially with the Plutonian mix, now, it's not always going to be in our conscious awareness of what's going on for us. We're just feeling frustrated and we're just feeling angry and we're feeling that our drive is influenced in many ways, whether that's because there's Mars activity going on, or whether it's because we're sensing things unseen, and when there's definitely a volatile, is that a good word to use? I don't like to do fear mongering. There's definitely a volatile mix of energies at play in June, okay? Now, we can always have the free will and choosing to decide how we want to engage with that energy, and I will always say that there is a higher consciousness, higher frequency that we can tap into despite what's going on. There's going to be a shadow and light aspects to all transits, okay? Just like there are shadow and light aspects to all tarot cards, to us. We're always going to have human experiences that can dip into shadow experiences, and we're also going to have higher consciousness experiences that can dip into light aspects, okay? Now, in total, there are actually 6 planets in retrograde in June. Now, I didn't mention the 6 primarily because once one starts, another one ends in June, okay? Now, you particularly are going to notice the Neptune retrograde that kicks off on the 23rd of June, and that won't be covered more in detail until the second half of the month when I do your 15th to the 30th reading. But you will be noticing these themes. Neptune is very much about disillusionment and, our dreams and what is real. And it's also a sharp wake-up call where we're dropping the veil, or life makes us drop the veil and really assess what is influencing us and where all these beliefs are coming from. The more we use repression methods, the more we avoid dealing with deeper truths, the harder the shock, the harder the fall. And that has been the role of Pluto being in retrograde since April, to ease us into this process. Because when planetary retrogrades combine and immerse their energy together, it's no different to enjoying your peace at home solitary and then having a house full of people with everyone having different personalities. Now, many of us are noticing the mix of themes that are running through our lives, through the world right now, and there's a lot of volatility, yeah? So I wanted to do a special kind of reading, and I might even see how I go for the second half of June, because it's all about integrating these deeper wisdoms. So go and check the channel if you haven't seen your May or if you haven't seen your June reading yet. Now, we've kicked off with a full lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Mercury is going to be going retrograde in Cancer. Mercury is quite commonly known, oh goodness, Mercury's in retrograde. It's not the only planet, and as a regular or a personal planet, if you like, it impacts us more, yes, but it's the bigger planets, it's the further planets that actually impact us on deeper levels, deeper subconscious levels, and tapping into them is perhaps the most potent for transformation. With this 5 planets in retrograde this month and the 2 eclipses, not only are we going to notice all of the themes about the rules we've been told to live by, love themes, how we connect, how we don't connect, how we follow our intuition or not. These are the times where sometimes there's a risk of rude wake-up calls or truth suddenly being made available to us, whether we receive that psychically, whether that happens because of events the best way in which to deal with the energies this month is to retreat, not to avoid, okay? Because like I said, Neptune's in retrograde. It's not about an avoidance tactic. To retreat, not just to avoid conflict, okay, as a coping mechanism, but truly to commit to getting in touch with the wisdom within so that we are more than empowered to respond, because there's a very enticing frequency this month to react. All right, so the reading that I'm going to be doing for you is whatever this thing is, whether it's between you and another, whether it's between you and that thing that has challenged you, your main concern, okay? So put your intention into the reading. You'll know personally what it is for you. I'll look at two sides of the coin, okay? Two sides of the fence. So this is you and this is the other. And the other can represent a person or an experience. And it's about deeply and compassionately understanding points of view. Not because from an ego point of view we're wanting to know what they think of us. That's not the style of my readings or my healing work. It is always about the wisdom of soul and ascension and ascending out of old paradigms, which are the shadow aspects of ego. So we don't seek outside approval. We don't seek outside guidance, you know. We always trust the wisdom within. But it's important when these volatile combinations of planetary placements come together, it is easy to deter back into our human selves, our shadow aspects of our lower chakras, and start reacting out of fear because we haven't properly integrated Plutonian or Saturn energy while they've been in retrograde. Does that make sense? Now you've got quite a mix of planetary placements this year that are really a gift, okay? They are a gift at a reset. Now, how do we change everything from the ground up? Well, perhaps it's little bit by little bit. Perhaps it's the opportunity of a conflict, because the conflict exists for a reason. Yeah? So let's take a look, my lovely Pisces. You guys are, again, the most viewed and watched videos, so thank you for your support. Please do continue to like, share, and subscribe as I build my little channel. Let's take a look for the Pisces that I'm connecting into. Ace of Swords, you are gaining sudden clarity. You are gaining some sense of wanting to cut something away. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you to reflect the energy or an action that might be happening, what it means for you, and perhaps what area of life it falls into. Let's see if anything else wants to jump out. One more shuffle. The Hangman, because you've seen something differently. You're wanting some time away, Pisces. You're seeing yourself, your path. There is sudden truth here that is revealed, okay? Like I said, with Pluto retrograde, we're becoming aware, okay? So where the truths are revealed to us, or we're just getting those aha moments, as sharp as they can be, all right? It's giving you a sense of altered state of awareness of self, purpose, path, motivations of yours and another. Okay, and this is there's an offer here, okay? It could be in the realms of career, it could be in the realms of money, it could be in the realms of, you know what, it could be something as simple. You might be feeling completely conflicted right now, Pisces, when it comes to wanting to achieve something over the next time frame of a year. It could be this issue that's been around for a year, but there's sudden clarity here and a greater realization when you do start to look at things from another way. If this is in relation to someone else, I do see, or something else, there's something here you're wanting that is tangible in order to make a start somewhere. The Page of Pentacles is quite a youthful energy, all right? Sorry, I don't even think the cards are visible. Ace of Swords, the Hangman, and the Page of Pentacles. You're wanting something tangible to start, and I feel like intuitively when I'm picking up on this message, looking at this card, it's a youthful beginning at something, okay? But you're wanting some offer. You're wanting to make an offer. You're wanting to start something new, okay? When the Page of Pentacles shows up, it's a message. It's something tangible. It's something that I can now work with, so I can see this thing, this situation, this conflict in a whole new way. This sudden clarity, after perhaps a time of being uncertain and unclear, you are now gifted an opportunity to really clear the slate. All right, let's take a look at the other side of the coin. So this might be whether it pertains to you and a connection, you and a person, you and an experience, you and a challenge, all right? And these are the themes that you might be noticing over the next 14 days, but I will pull some other theme cards as well to give us, you're wanting a new beginning. Someone else wants a new beginning. This thing is a new beginning for you. And I'm feeling strongly with career. Could be business, could be your path in general, okay? Wanting to live a lifestyle in a whole new way. You know, we can get so used to an eat, sleep, repeat pattern. And I can just see, I'm feeling this frustration. I was almost wanting this, okay? Like I keep hearing, for the next year of my life, I want to achieve this. Like I want to make a start on a tangible goal, a tangible effort here. Okay, whether that's between you and another, if you're in a relationship, whether that is between you and your goals, you and an old long-standing issue. Okay, so this new beginning is being hindered by a sense of control or not seeing the results straight away. Okay, so this issue, okay, so this is a thing, you're wanting it, it's wanting you, it's right for you, yes, but there's an element of control here, or a sense of frustration of needing to count my pennies, okay? It's not, I'm wanting to make an investment, I'm wanting to cut something away, I'm wanting to make a new fresh financial start, it's not a commitment, but it can be a commitment to a goal, okay? But there's an element of control here and not truly being willing to see how much more can be gained or made when we're trying to simply hold on to the little that we have, all right? Someone's wanting a new beginning here, okay, on the other side of the coin. But they're not willing to let go of something. This new beginning energy, 3 and 4 of coins. I do want to say, okay, so if you're in connection with someone else, or if this is in relation to an experience you are going through, okay, this is you, your energy, this is the other. So apply that however it resonates. There is a strong need and desire here for a new beginning, to build something together. It is a collaboration effort, okay? Teamwork is going to be required, but there's an element of control to one of those parties perhaps, or an aspect of this situation that is hindering progress, to the point that I keep feeling this frustrated energy when I see these two combine. I feel frustration energy between these two. This is between you and somebody else. There's frustration here, and it simply comes down to control energy, okay? When we're in control mechanisms, it's simply about a state of some level of fear to keep ourselves safe. We're not necessarily wanting to start from the ground up. We do, okay? But there's going to be an element of karmic balance, and that's at play. So there's certainly deeper messages going on for the both sides of the fence, both people, both energies that are intertwining here. What binds you guys together, your common ground, is a need for boundaries and a respect of them, and perhaps even clashing. Now, you're both putting down boundaries, okay? I'm feeling this frustrated energy, wanting to cut something away, wanting to start again. What binds you, though, is the genuine need and desire for boundaries, okay? Before that next, there's a separation here, okay? With the Justice card showing up, there is a separation. That could simply mean time away, time apart. Let's drop the subject. Let's put a line in the sand for now, because, you know, June, essentially, too, Pisces, is not a time for making decisions per se. It's best to wait it out, especially with Mercury going into retrograde. Like, it is actually probably quite a gentle Mercury retrograde, given that it is in Cancer. But I'm going to say there's going to be clarity. You're going to see the situation in a whole new way, whether that is through empathy, whether that is because your desires change, whether that is because you see that your path and your purpose so far, this journey that you've been on, has been requiring of you to put down some boundaries so that you don't fall into the traps of satiating someone else's need for control because they need to feel safe. Because this start, this next beginning, this next chapter that we're going to share together, it makes me feel scary too. Take that however it resonates. The bond that is formed between you, the common ground that is shared between you, is the Seven of Wands energy, wanting to protect this, wanting to put a line in the sand. It's important to me, so I do need to put a line in the sand. You know, so if you genuinely are finding that you're engaging in this high intense energy that is volatile this month, you know, there is a need there to put some boundary lines down. It's not that we're dropping the issue. This beginning, this next phase, this fresh start is important to both, okay? But there perhaps will be a strong need somewhere between the 1st and the 15th to put some boundary lines down and just drop it for a day. Drop, okay, look, we care about each other, or this goal means a lot to me, so I'm not going to rush decisions today. I'm going to allow myself to settle into my fears to better understand them. I'm going to allow myself to better understand my sense of control, why I'm so scared about this new beginning. What am I learning now that I'm seeing things from a higher view and things have become suddenly clear about my motives and the reason this thing has been eating at me or really calling to me, okay? Take it however it resonates. But we're going to take some time to put a line in the sand there, Pisces, just to let the energy permeate and so that we can become more wiser in what it is that's coming through for us. Higher principles with the Hierophant. You might be dealing with the Taurus, okay? I will read the star signs later on. This is about higher principles. This is about a marriage, to be honest. Someone's wanting a fresh new beginning, okay? But yet wanting to hold on to a sense of what is there. And perhaps in order to truly expand into a genuine new beginning, we take only the little we need. So see how that's the 3, and they want to keep 4, like there's something that must go. A behavior, a belief, a pattern, a habit, a way in which I respond to you when you do this. This is a commitment to say, all right, I respect your boundary line and I understand what you're saying when you say that this behavior of mine makes you feel X, Y, Z. And despite the fact that I'm like, that's ridiculous, I don't even intend to make you feel like that, I'm just doing that and I'll keep doing it. Yeah? This, in order to truly, for this person, this side of this energy to truly experience the refresh and reset they need, there's an element of control that needs to be dropped. To take this however it resonates, Pisces, this might be you, this might be them, or vice versa. An element of control needs to be dropped in order to truly appreciate what we have, okay, to truly start again. This is an Apprentice card. Doesn't matter how long we've been together, we can still refresh and reset relationships. Could even be a new connection, okay? This could be your spiritual path, all right? So if it is in relation to a marriage, and the reason I say that is because of the Justice card, because of the Hierophant here, and because of the 3 of Coins is why I'm saying that. And I'll take it however it resonates. With there's higher principles when the Hierophant shows up. We're seeing things from spiritual angles, especially when the Hangman shows up. And this is true empathy and compassion. We're engaging this higher wisdom to see things from the other's point of view. So there's very big possibility here that after conflict, during times of conflict, a genuine acknowledgement and recognition of each other, saying, I see how you're feeling, I understand that. How about we just protect what is important to us, remember what's important. Let's put a line in the sand here and really come back and have this discussion, not before we head off to work in the middle of the week, you know. Maybe this discussion is spent better when we are relaxed and we don't have responsibilities to rush off, and we can give each other's 100% attention to really talk this through. Is what I'm picking up on there. There's higher principles at play, and this is to do with your spiritual path. This is you and currently where you're at and where you want to be. I see here I'm connecting into a Pisces that wants to hang on to the tangible, wants to hang on to something materialistic here, because this, quite frankly, makes me feel scared. I'm feeling like that would be foolish to make this business decision, this choice, this life path choice, but yet I'm vehemently defending it. It means a lot to me. This is who I am. Spirit is speaking, my soul is speaking, and I'm fighting off my fears, I'm fighting off the opinions of others about how best to do this, okay? Take that however it resonates. There's a karmic balancing available for you in the first 15 days of the month, Pisces, but a separation. And now look, that could be a separation from an old way of thinking, an old way of fearing, an old way in which we were connecting that was not healthy for us, because there's an enlightened thing here. An enlightened thing happens to you in the first half of this month where you get clear. Okay, so if this is between you and another, something tangible is formed here, okay? A conversation, a decision to start different tomorrow. How thorough we get into that mix is completely up to the two of us. There's going to definitely be a chance of conflict. And unless this energy comes out, which is the gift of Mercury retrograde, we've had 4 planets in retrograde over May and June, okay? And then Mercury enters retrograde, bringing it as the 5th planet enters retrograde. Change is here regardless if we want it or not. There is a deep desire to change, and Pisces that I'm connecting into will notice this energy, whether you're actually conversing with someone or not, okay? There's internal conflict, but the gift is getting clarity and getting this higher awareness about what spirit is trying to communicate to you. There are higher principles at play here. If boundaries are being crossed subtly and we've never dealt with them, if we keep crossing our own boundaries by allowing, you know, someone's fears and controlling behavior to limit true progress, or ours, whatever the case may be, let me just intuit and connect in. There's something has to shift, and it's guaranteed to shift, and it's either going to, like I said, when Neptune goes retro, guys, that affects you guys because you are ruled by Neptune. Now, it is safe to drift off into our little dreamland, yeah, Pisces, because we don't have to deal with the here and now. I can disconnect. I don't bring my full self to the table when I'm dealing with this stuff on the 3D level, but the 3D level is calling for you to really embody spirit this month. And it's in stepping and facing conflict, whether that's internal or within our environment, and truly making choices and putting down boundaries so that everyone is satiated and satisfied with steps moving forward. Let me just connect in a little bit more to see what else is wanting to come through. You know, there might be children involved. There's also a deeper desire for a more youthful infusion into this thing, because if it's leading to conflict, if it's leading, if higher principles are calling to us, then obviously this stuff, this inner knowing we've had has been permeating for a while, and we've just ignored it and we haven't addressed it on the 3D. Okay, so if this thing, this issue between you and another, this issue between you and your path, your career, your soul path even, and how best to integrate that into the mainstream world, whatever the case may be, this thing has been permeating for a while. And more than at your connection, your life, your purpose, your path moving forward, you're wanting that youthful infusion. I feel here there's, you know, I've got to, like, even with the Hierophant, it's rigid beliefs, stuffy beliefs, is what I'm feeling, a stuffy way of doing things. I'm connecting into Pisces that feel humdrum when it comes to their life and their routine and wanting to, and all their relationship, and truly wanting to change things up. It's definitely in connection to a marriage and a new beginning or a career, and wanting this rush forward but feeling really conflicted, wanting to feel excited, wanting to commit to a coming together, and it's for the family, it's for joy, it's for wanting to feel sparked again, okay? If this is between you and your path, I'm going to say that your path will deliver you your ignited divine passion, okay? When the Ace of Wands wants to show up like that to confirm the Fool, this is the beginning you're wanting, because I felt terrified with this. But if you do this, Pisces, it's going to spark that. Same too if this was an individual, okay? If they take this new beginning, it will actually ignite their divine spark, their creativity, their passion, their sensuality, their purpose and confidence for life again. You know, instead of just worrying and focusing so much on the little that we have and wanting to control the little pennies, and this is like focusing on the mundane is what I feel with this card. When taking a risk that actually ignites us, it's actually going to lead us to something so much better than where we are. This is the 10 of coins. There's a need to take a risk here for someone, okay? This 3 of coins is clarified by the 3 of cups, you know, 33, that's Christ consciousness energy. There's a third party involved, you know, so maybe there's a third party energy involved so that I cannot truly have this new beginning, whether that's how much time I invest outside of this thing, this relationship, My attention is elsewhere. Influence of others, okay? They're telling us how we should be living our lives, our path, what we should be doing is what I wanted to. But you know, what we're wanting is a whole new beginning for the family. Is ultimately what this individual, this thing that will bring you. You're definitely wanting clarity on this new beginning. You're wanting clarity within this marriage, on this investment, okay? There's something practical here that you want to rush towards, but you must take that time to really integrate the higher wisdoms that have been coming through for you, is what I want to say. There's a gift in that holding back that I mentioned earlier, okay? Before we act on choices. There's something tangible, yes, but you're going to feel conflicted anyway of what currently is on the table. And it's almost like if you press pause a little bit, if you press pause, pull back from conflict, pull back from making rushed decisions, like don't make decisions based in this Knight of Swords energy. If you pull back from making rushed decisions, you will actually identify clearly what the conflict is that needs a boundary, needs to be seen from a higher principle. So you can actually address and I think you will find there's something internal that is causing that conflict so that it starts to get reflected in the outside world within this connection. Does that make sense? What Spirit is wanting most for you. Now this, I haven't got listed at the links below, is the secret language of light. They are beautiful cards linked into awakening, linked into transmission from soul, okay? So as we do this human 3D thing, Pisces, by all means, check out your June Practically Soulful reading that we've already done for you. It's up on the channel. But this is how we link it in to soul and soul wisdom, because this is all about manifestation. You're wanting to manifest a beautiful new beginning in your career, your soul path, within your connection, your marriage. Doesn't matter how long we've been married. I do see here there's a lot of coins, okay? So your practical reality, and that's what I was feeling. It could be your career, it could be money, but I'm wanting to feel excited about what I'm seeing in front of me. I want to manifest something that makes me feel excited, you know? And that's changing physical aspects that we're experiencing within our connection, within our career, within our path. Like, I don't want to wake up and see the same couch every day. I want a new couch, you know? I don't want to wake up and go to that same office every day because it's just, there's this fuddiness that I keep feeling, this stagnancy. And it's actually causing conflict between you and your path, between you and another. But really this conflict is a deeper desire to manifest something completely different. So disconnect from conflict. Put a boundary line down. That conflict only exists because the conflict exists within, Pisces, okay? To truly make manifest what it is that we desire, we must be willing to invest in the journey that it takes to get to the core. Welcome to the retrograde season, which is what that is gifting us, okay? I feel the need to just chuck in a couple of more soul messages, whether this pertains to what came up in your June reading. So if this is all about manifestation, we are no longer in denial and we're willing, okay, to be disciplined about how separate we truly feel from our dream, from the other within our marriage. And is conflict a way for me to keep and maintain some form of connection to it because I'm not willing to act, because there's this level of control or a false sense of safety that I'm hanging on to something because this scares the bejeebers out of me. Let me know what you think about that style of reading, Pisces. I hope you found some clarity, confirmation, and most of all, some healing resonance, okay? Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.